What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to MemeGC. Now, this week, we have quite the meme for you, and we've got a Palossand. Now, Palossand is obviously a really interesting Pokemon, right? It's a sandcastle. It's got an awesome design. It's got a weird ability, but we're gonna try to pull some weird stuff today. We're gonna try to meme on our opponents. So if you're excited for some memes, make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new so you don't miss any of our future memes. But for this week, we're borrowing a team by Osiris Studios. If you have not seen his channel, it is some awesome VGC content. That link will be down in the description below, as well as a link to his video where he uses this team. Basically, the gist is this, right? We've got Indeedee male, which is awesome. It is the more offensive variant. We've got Porygon 2. Both of these are Trick Room setters. They've got a little bit of offense to them, a little bit, whatever. We've got Togekiss with the safety goggles and Follow Me. That's for like sleep powders and that sort of thing. We've got Tyranitar, pretty standard, I guess, with Life Orb, not the weakness policy variant, because we're running weakness policy on our Palossand. Now, Palossand has a really interesting ability called Water Compaction, and what it does is if you are hit with a water type move, your defense is boosted by 2 stages. That's pretty cool, right? However, Esselgor, which is a super fast Pokemon, with Unburden, so it gets even faster, has access now to Water Shuriken, what was formerly Greninja's signature move, but it is a multi-hitting priority water type move. So let's see, we've got multi-hitting, so every time the Palossand gets hit, the defense raise happens. And so in one turn, you're gonna get to at least +4, but most likely you're gonna get to +6 defense. Then with Earth Power, as you all know, ground type moves boost your special defense, and so you just get bulkier and bulkier as you go, and basically the idea is to just make the Palossand unable to be killed. We've got Acid Spray, which allows us to lower their special defense. Struggle Bug allows us to lower their special attack, which is awesome. Again, helping with the special attacking nature of the Palossand and the physically defensive nature of it, as well as Final Gambit. So if there's something that we see that we just don't want to see on the other side of the field, we just click Final Gambit and knock it out. I mean, Esselgor is basically going to either be at full health or going to be dead because it just has no bulk at all. So pretty much like Final Gambit is there as just, you know, you're annoying, I need to get you off this field. Click it and they're gone. So it's a really cool thing. I'm really a big fan of it. So yeah, that's pretty much the team. So let's go ahead and get into game 1. All right, game number 1, and we've got Dragalge tech, which is pretty awesome. We also have Cinderace and Togekiss, which in my opinion, Cinderace Togekiss is like the best counter to this strategy. So I'm gonna, no, I don't want to lead with it actually. I believe I'm gonna bring T-Tar though, and Togekiss. And that's my lead, and then bring our strat in the back. The reason is just the Cinderace with Togekiss completely shuts down everything, because, I mean, if you lead Palossand and Indeedee, then, you know, it just turns itself into a dark type and knocks out your Palossand, while the Togekiss takes away your ability to actually go for the Water Shuriken. So it's a tough matchup, having those two in the lead. So I'm basically trying to counter lead their counter lead. So I'm hoping to see that lead from them. If that's what we see, then we might be okay. I mean, this thing could carry high jump kick. It's possible. As we see Talonflame Cinderace, okay. So actually we would have been fine to lead what we wanted to. Yeah, we actually would have been totally fine. We'll get rid of the Gale Wings here on turn 1, which is good. So the Cinderace is a problem, obviously. And I don't know what it wants to go for. I'm assuming it wants to go for something on this T-Tar. So I'm going to go ahead and click Protect on it. Or I could just Follow Me, actually. Yeah, I'll click Rock Slide just to see what it's going for. Click follow me. I'm assuming we see a Tailwind out of the Talonflame, so I'm not really concerned about that. I'm just wondering what the Cinderace wants to go for. Do we see regular or G-Max? That is the question. Regular, okay. Interesting. Some people like the G-Max one. Some people like the regular one for the ability to set Sun. So, you know, there's that possibility that it could go for the Fire type move, just in order to get rid of our Sand. Yeah, as that is what we see. Yeah, we are going to take that. Not well, but we will take it. And my opponent did stay a Fire type, so that's not too bad. We see Willow, but Togekiss actually avoids it. And we're going to go ahead and Rock Slide and just completely knock out the Talonflame and do a good chunk to the Cinderace. So that's not too bad of a first turn. There was no Tailwind, so that's good, especially since we didn't bring the... that looks like Porygon 2. It is. And actually, I mean... Oh, that's funny. They reset my Sand up for me. That's pretty funny. So yeah, my opponent doesn't have the Sun Boost now, like what he would want to, or she, I guess. I mean, if my opponent sets up Trick Room, okay, do it. I'm going for the same play. Yeah, if you want to set up Trick Room, that's totally fine. I've got Palossand in the back, and Palossand would absolutely love for you to set Trick Room up. So, yeah, I mean, you do what you gotta do. We do see the Max Knuckle. Okay. So we're gonna keep our Sand up, and this is going to do basically nothing because Togekiss is 4 times resistant to that. So it's not too bad. We are raising it. It is raising its defense, which is not great. We do have a chance to flinch the Porygon as well, as it's faster than us. So it is not meant to be a, I guess, Trick Room setter, because it is actually faster than our T-Tar, which is definitely odd to see. And who are we gonna miss? Porygon 2. Well, that's not the best. It's definitely not the best thing in the world. But, I mean, my opponent did reset our Sand up. I can't complain about that too much. So... I think now I go with Selgor. And I think now is when we pull the strat. I think it's time. So we're gonna swap into Palossand, still baiting the Max Knuckle. And Water Shuriken into this slot. I mean, if my opponent, like, goes all out for this slot with something crazy, then we could just lose the game. This is kind of an all or nothing play, but this is just predicting the Max Knuckle into the Palossand and just hoping that's what my opponent chooses to do. We're just gonna have to see. This could end up losing us the game, but it could also end up winning us the game. We'll just have to see. I'm just hoping to see Max Knuckle into that slot. And if so, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else my opponent would go for. We only got 2 times Max Knuckle into that slot. Perfect. And we see a Tri-Attack into this. I think that's fine. I don't think that's too bad, especially since the Cinderace is going to lose its Dynamax now. So that's actually fine. Alright, so now we're going to take our turn to Dynamax here and Max Quake into this. We could actually knock it out with Water Shuriken. Yeah, I think I'm going to Max Quake into this actually and just go ahead and Water Shuriken into the Cinderace. And if it wants to protect, it can. So actually this isn't too bad. The play ended up working out. Just being able to bring this in and block that last turn of Dynamax is definitely huge. And we got up to +4. We didn't get our +6. But, I mean, if we knock out the Cinderace on this turn, it may not matter. But we're going to go ahead and go for the Water Shuriken ourselves onto this. And after 2 hits, it will knock it out. Didn't matter what type it was. Absolutely perfect. All right, are we faster? No, we're slower, because yeah, this thing is rather speedy. And so it does go ahead and knock out our Selgor, but I mean, a Selgor did its job. So yeah, Tyranitar can come in on a Porygon 2 and it doesn't care. Especially after we do some max Quake damage here, so this is fine. Wow, that is nice damage. I will take that. And we're gonna boost our special defense as well, which is definitely very nice. And one more turn of sand will knock it out. Which is great. I'm good with that. So what do you have in the back here? I think it has one more. Yeah. Dragalge. Okay. Dragalge shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? I think we just click... Yeah, I think we just click Rock Slide and Quake. And that should wrap it up, right? As long as we don't miss anything, because I mean, yeah, battle's canceled. Yeah, I mean, T-Tar really wasn't that threatened there because the sand was still up, so there wasn't really anything Dragalge could have done to it, and Porygon 2 couldn't do anything either. We were at +1 special defense, so I mean, that one was pretty sealed up. So I will take that. That was a pretty cool game 1. So I'll see you in game 2. All right, game 2, as we see another Cinderace, which is always scary. We see a Vikavolt, which is definitely odd. We see a Rhyperior, but no Trick Room. Blastoise, so we see triple starter with a Firewater Grass Core. Yeah, this is an interesting team for sure. I don't understand what the Vikavolt is meant to do, and I'm not really all that threatened by it. Too bad. Is there any redirection on the team? No. But I think I'm gonna lead Palossand Togekiss because I'm kind of scared of the Cinderace Venusaur lead. Just the Venusaur in general, honestly, just kind of scares me because if it puts us to sleep, then we're just kind of useless. Then in the back, we may not get to set up our water compaction, but we probably will get to set up our weakness policy, so Porygon 2 might be nice in the back. Actually, I like Indeedee. Yeah, I like Indeedee better. And then we'll bring T-Tar. Yeah, I'm not as sold on T-Tar in this match. Might have been better to bring Porygon 2, but that just seemed a little too passive. I want to be at least somewhat aggressive here, and this team has a lot of passive stuff, and then it's there to just support the 1 or 2 really offensive threats. So we see Rhyperior Blastoise, not what I was expecting, but also not the worst, I don't think. We could see a Max Cannonade here, or a Shell Smash, which are very different things, obviously. But I think we go ahead and Max Quake into the Rhyperior. I don't think Blastoise gets the... I don't think it gets access to Follow Me anymore, at least not in VGC. Not that I remember, anyway. So this might be a G-Max Blastoise. Is that what we see? It is. Alright, G-Max Blastoise. Made an appearance last week. Making another appearance this week. I see you. But, yeah, I mean... It is a little scary, not gonna lie. But I want to go ahead and, if I can boost my special defense up a little bit before it kills me, that might be nice. Because I'm not gonna take a Cannonade very well on Palossand. Like, not at all, honestly. And I don't want to take like a Rock Slide or anything. And I mean, hopefully we're faster than a... Oh, it went for Max Quake. That's a weird play, but I will take it. And we knock out Rhyperior. Okay, that's the perfect first turn that I did not expect to happen. Yeah, I expected Cannonade into the Palossand and then get redirected into Togekiss, but Quake is way better. Quake is way better, so yeah. We take those. We take those all day long. As we see Gardevoir. Okay, okay. What is Gardevoir gonna do? Honestly, I'm just confused here. I'm gonna go ahead and just follow me again. So, I mean, if you want a Cannonade, that's fine. Togekiss is just here to protect Palossand. Yeah, so, I mean, the worst thing that Gardevoir could do is what? Dazzling Gleam? Psychic? I mean, yeah, we'll take that, though. Yeah, we take that super well. As we do see the Cannonade. There it is. That's what I was expecting turn one. As we even take that, I mean... So that's actually not too bad at all, because we'll live another Psychic plus Cannonade. So I'm actually able to just completely leave the Blastoise alone here and just completely take out its partners. And I'm actually totally fine with that. So that's gonna take us out of range of being able to take another Cannonade, but I mean, Togekiss has more than done its job. Cinderace. Okay, Cinderace could be an issue. Cinderace could be a big issue. Because Cinderace would knock out Togekiss first. This is a problem. Because the Cinderace just goes for whatever it wants to on Togekiss. And it knocks it out. I think I'm max guard on Palossand here. Because I don't have any way to stop the Cannonade from hitting that. And I think I just kind of let this go down. Yeah, I think I just kind of let Togekiss go down here, but I need to max guard my Palossand. Because I can't stop. Oh man, I could have stopped it. Are you kidding me? It goes for bounce. I mean, that would have stopped a Max Quake either way. But I mean, that's such a weird play. All right, so my opponent does just opt to go for the Togekiss. So I mean, my opponent makes a good play there. I can't be too mad at my opponent's play. It worked. But we are going to go ahead and Shrinky Boy. So that's pretty good, I would say. And I think we go Indeedee here. And we'll go ahead and set up the Psychic Surge. We should both shrink now into tiny boys. Yep, we do. And so this shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, the Blastoise has what? Scald? And we're at what? +1? Yeah, we're at +1. I think we're okay to fire off a Shadow Ball here. Earth Power does more. Or do we want to go into the Cinderace? I think we want to deal with the, I don't know, the Cinderace hits us on the physical side, Blastoise hits us on the special side. So I'm actually going to go for the Cinderace here. And click Expanding Force. Because we know that Cinderace is going to be a flying type this turn. It can't change that. It's going to go into the Palossand. It's going to paralyze us. I mean, it is what it is. But we are going to get an Expanding Force off. This is going to do big damage. As it goes for Body Press. That's fine. That's totally fine. So yeah, you've got to, I mean... Yeah, since you didn't knock out the Palossand, you're going to lose your Cinderace here, so that crit didn't matter. Actually, it might have. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't think you have a way to win this now. Unless you have, like, Surf and it knocks us both out, but then even then Surf wouldn't knock out a Tyranitar, though. So, yeah, it can't knock both of us out at once. So we're just gonna both attack into it. As it protects. Man, I almost clicked shore up there, but it's just, there's just not really a point. I mean, you're just racking up cannonade damage, but it doesn't knock me out yet. So I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, it doesn't knock me out just yet. Yeah, I think we still just double into it. Because I don't think he can knock both of us out at the same in the same turn. He's not acting like he has a spread move, and we're faster anyway. So this should just knock it out. Yeah, it is. So we're gonna take game 2 as well. Pretty cool. Yeah, we didn't even set up the defense boosts on that one, but Palossand held his own. I mean, it definitely, like, we didn't set anything up with Palossand there, actually. We didn't set up the weakness policy or the water compaction, but it actually just held its own. Like, it just sat there and just didn't go down. So I mean, it did its job. It took 2 kills at the beginning. I mean, I couldn't really have asked for a better game for it not setting up, so I'll take it. So let's get one more. All right, last game of the day, and we see another Cinderace. As we see, Pincurchin and Pyukumuku. Am I threatened by a Pyukumuku? I don't really think that I am. Cinderace is the most threatening thing on the squad. But I mean, if we can deal with Cinderace, then we're fine. The female Indeedee throws a wrench into everything, for sure. I'll bring a Selgor Palossand, but I may have to bail if it's Cinderace in the lead here. I'll bring Togekiss in the back, and I kind of like Indeedee here. Yeah, I think Indeedee's good. If my opponent chooses to go for a electric terrain kind of strat, then we could always change it back and put it not in his favor. Although I don't really see what my opponent gets out of that right now. But so yeah, if we see female Indeedee, I'm assuming we see female Indeedee and Cinderace. Yeah, that's what we see. Yeah, the only thing about this is the redirection. It completely shuts down the Aselgor's ability to get off the Water Shuriken. So I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I mean, one option would, and I don't really like this option necessarily, but I mean, we know that we live a Max Darkness from a Cinderace, even Libero. And so one play could be actually don't even worry about setting that stuff up and just go for Final Gambit on the Indeedee and get rid of it. And then hit Max Quake on the Cinderace and go for a double knockout. Because, I mean, the rest of his team, I don't think the rest of his team is really all that great. So that might be the play here. I'm going to try it. We're gonna give it a shot. I mean, this could be a really bad play. I'm just being honest with you. This could be a really bad play, but we're gonna try it, as I'm assuming we see Cinderace here. But we have lived a Max Darkness before. It wasn't G-Max last time, but that shouldn't make a difference. So, I mean, the other play could have been to Max Guard, just to keep Palossand healthy. But I don't know what that really gains for us this turn. But, I mean, if we can take the Max Darkness, then we might not be in that bad of a spot, because the next turn we could choose if we wanted to set Trick Room or not. Yeah, we do see the Follow Me, which is what we expected. So yeah, I'm not clicking the Water Shuriken here. It's just not gonna work. And so yeah, they lose Indeedee. So no more redirection. And so now we're gonna find out how bad of an idea this was. This could have been a really bad idea. Can we live this? Yeah, we do. Okay. I figured that we did. Max Quake is what's gonna do the most for us. It is going to also activate our weakness policy. So yeah, I mean, he's not a fire type anymore, but this still should do some decent damage. Oh, it came really close. Man, that was super close to knocking out. And I now go into Indeedee as well. The other option could have been to go into Togekiss. I mean, and Togekiss has redirection. But with how fast, but how slow that is. I was thinking Max Guard and Trick Room. But I mean, this can't really do damage by itself. So I don't see why I don't Trick Room and Max Guard here. Yeah, because even like Pyukumuku doesn't have. Oh, Pyukumuku protects. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, so this turn actually is perfect. Yes, Pyukumuku will be going first, but I mean, what's it gonna do? Toxic? It's got the innards out, but I don't really care about that. And so now that Trick Room is up, we should be slower than that. So I'm gonna click Expanding Force here just to hit the Pyukumuku, and then we will have Max Quake for the Cinderace. And the Expanding Force will be single target on the Pyukumuku. Again, if we just... You soak us... Okay, so Expanding Force is doing less because it's not stab anymore. But we are going to be able to take out the Cinderace. There was no Max Guard, which is exactly what we wanted. And we get our special defense up again. That's fine. And actually, if we end up missing out on the KO on the Pyukumuku because we lost stab, it's actually going to be even better because of innards out. And I really don't care if this thing sticks around. But I mean, I see the strategy with soak and the what's it called, rising voltage on the Pincurchin. If Pincurchin is the last mon, it is okay. So this could get a little dicey actually, because Pincurchin's actually super slow, and rising voltage will just kind of go nuts, to be honest. So this could be like the game's not over, is basically what I'm saying. This here could end up being a problem, actually. Yeah, and we might end up losing to a couple of sea cucumbers here. I think we lose Indeedee here no matter what. And I think it's because we set the Trick Room. Because if they soak our Palossand here, I think we just die. And I don't really know what I do about it. I mean, if Pincurchin goes down, then we win. As Pyukumuku just... Okay. Oh, it goes for Sucker. Interesting. Okay. Pincurchin could be a thing, but we do reverse the Trick Room back. So, you know, this way we're, you know, they're not going to be the fastest things on the field anymore. But we are weak to rising voltage now. And we can't swap out in order to get our terrain or typing back. So this could be an issue. But we're going to go ahead and Expanding Force. And we're going to go for Air Slash on the Pincurchin. Not for damage, but for flinching. That is basically our win condition here. Is if we can get rid of this Pincurchin, then the game is over. But if this Pincurchin gets off a bunch of rising voltages, then game might just be over. as this is an interesting tech to see. And, okay, we get the flinch. That's one. But this is a cool tech, though. This is definitely a cool tech. I can't hate on it. And we're gonna click air slash again. Yeah, because I don't think we do enough even with Dazzling Gleam, do we? We're gonna try it. I'm hoping that Expanding Force plus Dazzling Gleam. Okay, but what do you do? Just soak? I mean, you could toxic me. Well, even the, I mean, we still get damage off on the Pyukumuku here, which isn't too bad. Soak, that doesn't really make a difference. I was already weak to it anyway. Yeah, I was already weak to electric moves, and you're just wasting your terrain here. Because once this becomes a single target move, then I'm in better shape here. So, we're gonna go for the same play. And just, you know, hope and pray that it's enough to do half to a Pincurchin. I mean, another play my opponent could go for is the Sucker Punch play onto Indeedee. As we see a helping hand again, I mean... Alright, so my opponent does not go for that. Is this going to be enough? Is Dazzling Gleam enough to take out Pincurchin? If it's not, then we lose. Okay, it was. Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay. Yeah, that should be game then. It should not have been that close. This game should not have been that close. And yeah, Pyukumuku can definitely not deal with these mons. But yeah, setting up Trick Room seemed like a good idea at the time, but then my opponent brought the two in the back that, you know, had the best shot. I mean, my opponent played their out really well, so I can't hate on what my opponent brought. Pyukumuku goes for recover. Are you really gonna do this? I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but I mean, are you really gonna sit here and just recover stall me? Because I already win, like, you're not doing any damage to me. Well, this is gonna be annoying. But we're just gonna keep firing off damage. Eventually Air Slash will flinch it and it won't be able to recover stall us anymore. I don't see the point of you doing this. You're just wasting time. And I mean, I can even play the timer here if I wanted to. Because I have 2 bonds. Even if you're healthy, it doesn't matter. So, no, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, both of my mons are at full health. You're not gonna win this at all. Because eventually I'll get a flinch. And as soon as I flinch, then, you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, we're not doing a whole lot of damage to it. That is true. Can I get a flinch, please, just to speed this up? Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna be here a minute. My opponent clearly doesn't understand what losing is. Because, it's kind of where my opponent's at right now. And now we see Protect, so I'm actually gonna go for... Imprison, because I can, and follow me on his Protect. I don't want to waste my moves. Yeah, I don't want to waste my moves. There we go, finally. Like, you're not winning that. You have no way to do damage to me. I have 2 Mons at full health. You have a Pyukumuku. You're not winning. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of MemeGC and watching the Sandcastle put in some work. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I've already started working on next week's team, and it's a team I'm building myself, and I have not seen anyone else on the internet using this strat that I'm using. I'm pretty excited about it. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss next week's meme. And of course, so you don't miss any of our videos, we are going to be streaming today the new Origami King, and tomorrow and probably Sunday we'll be streaming a lot of Paper Mario. So make sure that you stick around and check all of that out. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.